Hello there guys, Billybo10K here, bringing you another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate theory discussion video, as there are quite a few theories flying around in the Smash atmosphere at this time, and while not all of these theories will end up being correct, it is my job to ensure you know what these theories are, why people believe them, and give you ample examples so you can make your own conclusions. I did cover companion theory a few days ago, link will be in the top right card there. Whether I believe it or not does not matter. Don't shoot the messenger, guys. I'm just trying to make sure people are aware these theories exist, because they have been brought up a lot in speculation, and by no means does this video confirm I believe or don't believe in the given theories I cover. I'm merely bringing them up so you know what people are talking about when they bring it up on Twitter. Before we get into today's video though, I want to give a massive shout out to my patrons over on Patreon. You guys are genuinely amazing. Your support each month is honest to God invaluable, and I cannot thank you enough. But today, I want to give a shout out to Samurai KBG, a channel that I recently got the chance to collaborate with, where we discussed our thoughts on E3 as a whole and talked about the many different conferences that were shown. His channel is extremely varied and he does many reactions and discussions which you might find interesting. Links to the collaboration and Samurai KBG's channel are linked down below and in the top right corner, so check it out. Now, on to today's main theory. Today, I'd like to chat with you all about... I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Color theory. I can't believe I'm actually discussing this. Color theory is a new speculation theory that gained ground after the reveals of Banjo and the hero at E3 as the next DLC fighters. And this theory revolves around the Smash Bros. Website, specifically the colors displayed behind each DLC Fighter Pack character on the character screen. Piranha Plant has a pale green coloring, Joker has a scarlet red coloring, Hero has a pale purple coloring, and while not shown on the site, Banjo will probably have a golden yellow coloring, similar to a color of a Jiggy. My reasoning for this is that if you look at the hero portion of the DLC, the coming Summer 2019 message is the same coloring as the hero's color scheme, with Banjo's having a golden color behind his coming Fall 2019 message, so just using logic there. What do these colors have to do with the DLC though? Well, many eagle-eyed speculators have noted that so far, no colors behind each fighter have been the same, and each color chosen is representative of the fighter who takes each spot. Joker is red because that's the main color for Persona 5. The hero is purple because the Luminary's default outfit is purple. Banjo and Kazooie are a nice gold because it matches their series logo and the Jiggies used as collectibles in their games. Color theory is a speculation theory that suggests that each Fighter Pass character will have a different color attributed to them, and that potential colors can be used to figure out who else is coming for DLC. Looking at the colors shown so far, we've got a green, red, purple, and a golden yellow. So what obvious colors are we missing? Well, blue is probably the most prominent color that we haven't seen yet, given it is, in fact, a primary color, and it's not on the Fighter Pass, despite the fact we have got red and somewhat yellow with Banjo. There are also various greys and whites, orange, pink. There is still a variety of colors that have yet to be showcased in the Fighter Pass. So naturally, people are trying to figure out if characters fit into a certain color. So what I'd like to do is take my top picks from my latest Rate Their Chances video and list which colors they could appear as so we can speculate on this theory further. If you haven't watched my previous episode of Rate Their Chances, links will be in the top right corner. I'd certainly recommend it before you start watching the rest of this video, as it will be spoiling my ratings, so to speak. First up, Leon S. Kennedy from the Resident Evil franchise. Straight off the bat, this very much depends on which Leon we'd get. Resident Evil 4 Leon has a rather brown jacket, and thus he'd probably get a dark brown muted or grey coloring with color theory. But if we get Resident Evil 2 Leon, his main color scheme is blue like his police uniform, the primary color currently missing from the Fighter's Pass, which does lend him slight credence. Doomslayer is next, and could have two very different colours depending on which way Smash goes with their character. Firstly, we could just get the dark green of their suit, which is the main colour scheme they use as a character, or we could get a fierce, dark, orange or brown to emphasize the whole hell aspect of the character, and to work with the cover art for the Doom reboots that seem kind of nuclear in their colouring. Phoenix Wright is arguably helped tremendously by colour theory, as his main colour scheme is a very distinctive navy blue like his suit, with blue being the most absent colour of the Fighter's Pass. As I mentioned earlier, it's the only primary colour not represented in some way, shape or form. Combined with the likelihood that Capcom could get another character, simply due to being the company that has worked the best with Smash Ultimate so far, and Phoenix is extremely helped by this theory. Jill Valentine from Resident Evil has a similar story to Leon, however her colours would probably stick to the greyer side of things, simply due to her most iconic appearance in Resident Evil 1 being very muted in its colour scheme. You could also get a light blue thanks to her Nemesis appearance based on her top, or purple if we really want to go with that hellish Resident Evil 5 look, though as stated earlier, her Resident Evil 1 look is the most iconic she has, and probably would be what she's based on if she gets into Smash. Amaterasu from Okami has two very different colours that would certainly work with her colour scheme. Firstly, she has pure white, just her fur. The white of Ami's design stands out in the beautiful yet muted world of Okami, though the orange of the fire that is her abilities due to her nature as a goddess could also be a good choice. Ryu Hayabusa is also helped in a lot of similar ways like Phoenix Wright, as his primary colour scheme has been black and blue for many years, with more of a leaning on the black, similar to Sub-Zero, but with the blue being very dark and muted to the point where the black colouring is more of a focus, especially in the Xbox remakes for Ninja Gaiden. His potential colour would be a stark contrast to those already shown in the Fighter Pass as well, with the darker colours clashing with the current lighter colours we have already. Professor Layton also fits the bill for a simple colour scheme, with this colour no doubt being the signature brown that always seems to accompany his character and games. There's just no other character colour aside from a very dark orange that would work for him. Travis Touchdown really suffers from colour theory though, as his main colour scheme is a very distinct leather red thanks to the coat he wears in all his games. It was purple at one point, but that colour has been taken by the hero, so this theory effectively kills Travis Touchdown's chances if it were to be the case. Crash Bandicoot would still be left standing if this theory were correct, as he has a very distinctive orange colouring that hasn't been featured by the pass yet. Or they could go for the dark blue of his shorts, though it's much more likely they'd focus on fur colour. Spyro the Dragon is instantly sunk by the theory though, due to his main colour scheme being purple and yellow, both characters which are already, or colours even, which are already featured via the pass. And lastly, at least for characters I rated recently, Sans would work with the colour scheme, adopting either the white of his skeletal body, the dark blue of his signature jacket, or the light blue of his right eye, left eye, that represents his abilities. Sans is in a good spot after this theory, and so is the Knight from Hollow Knight, who also survives this theory without much of a scratch. Hollow Knight's main colour scheme has been very dark and muted, with lots of greys, blues, blacks, and then the main light colour is a white, like the Knight's helmet. This doesn't contradict any known colours on the Fighter's Pass so far. But if the colour theory is true, are there characters I haven't listed that it kills the chances for? Well, let's take a look. Characters with red as a primary focus are out of the picture due to Joker, which means Lloyd Irving, Dante, debatably Jibanyan, Cuphead, Paper Mario, and Zero from the Mega Man franchise are all out, as well as Knuckles from Sonic and Hornet from Hollow Knight. I'm also including Assist-Trophies in this list just to bolster some arguments. Hero's purple colour takes Waluigi out of the running in an instant, as well as the aforementioned Spyro. Shantae is also out of the running, as purple is her primary colour scheme due to her hair, and Rayman would probably be taken out as well, as purple is quite the important colour in his design due to his shirt. The green of the Piranha Plant is less damning, but probably kills off Master Chief, Solera Vestora, and Steve's chances respectively. There admittedly aren't many green characters that come to mind these days, I guess. Maybe the Battletoads, but they're dead as well because of this. And the yellow-gold coloring of Banjo, god, that's what kills me on a personal level, as that exact coloring is how I'd imagine Isaac from Golden Sun's color scheme would have worked. It also would take out Tails, Scorpion, and Dylan, among others. Interestingly enough, a majority of my high-ranked characters for the next DLC slot all have colors that haven't been showcased yet. Blue, white, brown, orange. There's still a variety of characters who could fit the mold who are also extremely viable. And while color theory is by no means a confirmed theory, it does stand to reason that character color schemes could play a part in who gets in, and having 6 different colors listed on the Fighter's Pass it would be an aesthetically pleasing result on the website at the end of the day. But as stated, this is all a theory. Fan rules are created all the time, and as we've seen throughout Ultimate's lifespan, Sakurai and his team have broken them time and time again. Ridley is too big, K-Rool isn't relevant, the final reveals for the base roster have to top K-Rool, Microsoft will never get a character, Banjo is dead, Snake's never coming back. At this point, the door is pretty much wide open for whoever wants to take the next step into the roster, fan rules be demanded. Demanded? Damned, that's the word I'm looking for, Jesus. That being said, while Sakurai can break said rules as he sees fit, it's always nice to keep speculation grounded within the rules we know about up to this point, to keep ourselves on a steady track. If you give yourself too many boundaries, speculation stagnates. But if you give yourself too few boundaries, you go wildly off track into the realm of fever dreams and you don't get accurate results. Whatever the case, color theory, while certainly unorthodox, could potentially be legitimately proven true by the end of this DLC, and I think we should all keep it on our minds, especially if the 5th DLC character still abides by this theory. Thank you everyone for watching though. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. What are your thoughts on color theory? Which 2 colors do you expect to see take the last 2 slots? And are you satisfied with Smash's DLC overall so far? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.